Good evening and Merry Christmas to everybody this evening. First, we're going to start with the prayer and the Pledge of Allegiance in order to open this meeting. The prayer will be said by Ms. Darby and the pledge by Mr. Bamberg. Superintendent Downey, do we have any prayer requests?
We do. TL Rhodes teacher Melissa Kinney starting a new round of chemotherapy and hopes to return to her classroom after Christmas. So praises for that. Clay Mook, husband of teacher Tricia Mook, continues to recover from injuries sustained in the Barksdale Air Force Base explosion. So please keep these people in your prayers.
Please join me with prayer. Father God, first and foremost, we want to thank you for this day that we've never seen before. We ask that you bless each and every one that's here today. We ask that you will lead and guide them home, have a safe trip home. And Father God, our special prayer is for those that are sick and shut in right now, the ones that the names were mentioned, but there are also people, names that were not mentioned that we don't know their names, but you know who they are. We ask that you will bless each one of them and their families. We're lifting them up to you right now. And Father God, we ask that you will bless each board member to make the decision that you will have us to make tonight. Help us to do your will and not our will. In your name, we do pray. Amen.
Amen. Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic that stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you.
Yeah, it will.
Do we have anybody from Bossier Youth Leadership in the house tonight? All right. This is the part where we embarrass you. So if you don't mind, each of you please stand up, give us your name, tell us what school you attend.
You might have to direct traffic.
Awesome. Welcome. Welcome. This is Mr. Bamberg's last meeting, so to make sure the taxpayer get every bit of service out of him, if you'll line up by Mr. Bamberg afterwards, he'll sign that sheet that you need signed. So thank y'all so much for being here. Okay. Item 1.02, approval of the minutes of the regular session of the board for November 10th, 2022.
So moved.
Second.
Have a motion by Ms. Darby, a second by Mr. Wiggins. Based on the presentation that we have, we're not going to be able to see it, but you should be able to see it. So please cast your vote.
It doesn't. Do we vote? There you go.
All right, motion carries. Tonight, before we approve the agenda, we have some changes that we need to make. Item 3.02 first has been requested to be removed from the agenda. It is not quite prepared to present yet, so we have that. We also have item 3.07. 3.07 is going to be the executive session item that came during the insurance committee, and then authorization to settle property damage claim. Then we have a 3.08 item that needs to be added, and that's authorizing the superintendent to sign the representation agreement with France Law Group regarding class action against Jewel. So I will entertain a motion to amend the agenda as I've stated.
So moved, Mr. President.
Motion by Mr. Wiggins, a second by Mr. Bullard. Please cast your vote. Motion carries. 102, 103. Item 2.01, recognition, newly appointed administrators, presented by Mitch Downey, Superintendent.
Thank you, President Bass. We have 3 people we want to recognize tonight. The first is the new assistant principal at Kingston Elementary. In her time as a classroom teacher, she served students, families in the Houghton community at Princeton and Houghton Elementary. She was selected 2017 Elementary Teacher of the Year by the Department of Education for the state of Louisiana. Served as an instructional coach at Kingston for 2.5 years, where she had the honor of working alongside her Kingston family and the Benton community. Ms. Amber Beach. Beach is passionate about cultivating relationships and student achievement. She believes all students are capable of learning at high levels, and she continues to excel in everything that she attempts in her professional career. Ms. Beach.
Thank you, Mr. Downey, President Bass, members of the board, Dr. Bourgeois, and Mr. Rowland for this opportunity. I'm honored to serve as the assistant principal of Kingston Elementary. 2.5 years ago, I took a venture out to the Benton community, and they welcomed me with open hearts and open minds. And soon after that, Kingston became a place I call home and part of my family. I'm honored every single day to get to work alongside these hardworking educators that are here tonight. They challenge our students. They ensure that each one of them learn at high levels every single day. And it's a privilege to work at Kingston. I have a host of people that have supported me throughout this journey. I have my husband, Ryan, here tonight. Thank you both for your love and support. I have some former administrators here. I have Miss Andrea Spinney here. She has been an incredible role model to me and helped to build me to the leader I am today. I have my Kingston family here. Thank you for being here tonight. Your support means the world. And last but not least, thank you, Christy Williams, for allowing me this opportunity. You are an incredible leader, friend, mentor, and I love doing all things with Kingston with you every single day. Thank you for this opportunity, and I look forward to serving as the assistant principal of Kingston Elementary.
Our next honoree, or person we want to recognize tonight, has been in Bossier Parish Schools since 1999, was a teacher at Parkway and Airline, graduation coach at Houghton since the fall of 2012, has been the assistant principal at Bossier High School. She's active in the community, wholly invested in the Bossier High School family, has a vision for Bossier High. Miss Michelle Tugwell.
Thank you, Mr. Downey, President Bass, members of the board, Dr. Bourgeois, Mr. Rowland. I appreciate your support in selecting me as the new principal at Bossier High School. I'm excited for the opportunity. I have a couple of people I would like to honor tonight also, and thank you for your prayers and love. My husband, Philip Tugwell, my sons, Connor and Colin Tugwell. They are students at Benton High, Benton Elementary. My dad, Steve Petty, and his wife, Barbara, and my mother-in-law, Paula Tugwell. My family, they've been a constant love and support for me. I had the unique privilege of working under Mr. David Thrash for 10 years, served as the assistant principal. So I have also grown to love Bossier High School and my Bearcat family more than anything. Truly, I spend a lot of time with them, so I have many of them here tonight with me, and I am looking forward to serving them and leading them to be nothing bigger than the B, except for a letter grade of A. Thank you.
So when Ms. Tugwell ascended to the principal's job, she left a vacant assistant principal's position which had to be filled, and so they were able to select a teacher that had been from Grant and Sabine parishes, North Louisiana native, came to Bossier several years ago. 5 years ago, he has been involved in the curriculum department as a coordinator. I've been serving on the interim basis as the assistant principal at Bossier High School, Mr. James Holland.
Suppose I can't just say ditto. You had to make this difficult, didn't you? To the board, Mr. Downey, Mr. Rowland, Dr. Bourgeois, thank you. Ms. Tugwell. Why'd you do this to me? Mr. Ball. For you, not for me. But Ms. Tugwell, thank you for the opportunity. To my son. To my family here. The Bossier family, thank you. I'm leaving on that.
That's incredible. That's incredible. Going to move to item 2.02, Recognition Attendance Awareness Awards, presented by Betty McCauley, Director of Child Welfare and Attendance. Merry Christmas, Ms. McCauley.
To Mr. Bass, President of our board, and all of our board members, thank you for your service. And I'm going to miss you, Mr. Bamberg. I was his high school principal. To Mr. Downey, tonight we are pausing to recognize several of our outstanding schools, all of our schools outstanding in Bossier Parish. And when we started the school year, early on, the last of August, we came up with an idea to help promote good school attendance. We know that you will agree with us that school attendance, good school attendance, daily attendance is foundational for starting a good life. And it's really the catalyst to success in education here in Bossier Parish. So we had sort of like a little contest, and the theme was #Bossier Strive for 5. And we are trying to promote good school attendance by saying no student in Bossier Parish should miss more than 5 times during the whole school year. So if students are present every day, their opportunities go up 100%. So at this time, we want to recognize the winners. Mr. Downey, President Adam Bass, would you all come and help me congratulate?
I would never say no to Mrs. Bamberg's principal.
So this certificate reads, Bossier Parish School Board, 2022 Attendance Awareness Award, overall district winner out of the whole parish. Kingston Elementary School, Principal Krista Williams, would you please come forward?
She has it right here.
Oh, she's a step ahead of us.
Congratulations, Ms. Krista Williams.
Come here.
Award, Bossier Parish School Board, 2022 Attendance Awareness Award, District Elementary School winner, Elementary School, Terry Bird, principal.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. This is better than the SEC championship.
Thank you. Our next award, Bossier Parish School Board 2022 Attendance Awareness Award, District Middle School winner, Cope Middle School. Ms. Judy Grooms is the principal, and Ms. Grooms' husband is a little bit under the weather, so Mr. Lee, assistant principal, is here to receive their award.
Thank you, Ms. McCollum. Good job, Eric. Thank you very much. Good job. Thank you.
Bossier Parish School Board 2022 Attendance Awareness Award, District High School winner, Houghton High School, Mr. David Haney, principal. So we have some very unique schools in Bossier Parish where students are served, the goals are met, and we are very proud of them. So Bossier Parish School Board 2022 Attendance Awareness Award, District Unique School winner, Bossier Parish School for Technology and Innovative Learning, Principal Miss Amy Washington. We encourage our principals, our parents, and our students to continue the effort toward successful education. We have a great team in student services. We have two handsome, energetic, young men that work with our department, and they are the boots on the ground. Every day, they are out in the communities. They're at the schools. They are responding to requests from principals, assistant principals, to get kids in school. Mr. Arthur James, alphabetically, stand please, and Mr. Barry Plunkett. Let's give them a hand. So if you see them out and about, even at the mall looking for kids, and even at the restaurants, just know they're doing their jobs. I have two other wonderful ladies that work in our schools every day to ensure that your child or children receive due process, and to ensure that our schools are safe, that the rules are followed. They are alphabetically. I have to do that because I'll get in trouble if I don't. Miss Amy Gates, stand please, and Miss Yolanda Jefferson. They are the supervisors for the Student Services Department. And as I shared with someone earlier tonight, when you have a concern about your child or your children, call us. We are happy to serve. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. McCauley. If you were going to say young, you should have started with Ms. Gates and Ms. Jefferson, but I'm sorry, fellas. We're going to move to item 2.03, which is recognition. District 7 School Board member, Mr. J.W. Slack. I can't tell you what an honor it is to be able to participate in this tonight. Tonight we honor someone very special to us here on the Bossier Parish School Board, a colleague who has served 6 terms. That's 25 years of service, and he ran all of those terms unopposed. That's the type of respect that this board and this community has for this man. This is Mr. J.W. Slack's last board meeting as representative for District 7. He chose not to run for re-election, and he will be sorely missed. But before we let him go enjoy his retirement, we want to take a stroll down memory lane to when it all began. As a young man attending Bossier High School, where he became a legendary Hall of Fame athlete, and where he first laid eyes on his beautiful bride. Please watch the video.
We are here this morning in the home of Mr. J.W. Slack. He is a 25-year member of the Bossier Parish School Board.
Longest reigning.
Longest tenured. He has served Bossier schools for a quarter of a century. And
A lot of changes have certainly happened
Yes.
in 25 years' time.
Pretty favorable changes too.
Favorable changes,
Yeah.
yes.
you have witnessed Bossier schools really modernize and come to fruition and to evolve to where it is today. So I want to ask you this question, Mr. Slack. What are you most proud about that you are a lifelong resident of Bossier Parish? How much does that mean to you?
It means everything to me.
You became probably one of the top athletes to ever come out of Bossier Parish, and specifically Bossier High. You're in the Bossier High Hall of Fame.
Right.
So just give us a snapshot of that senior year.
Well, we were not very good in football.
But you were a good player, though.
Yeah, well, I don't know about that. That was, of course, I was married.
Yes, sir.
Your senior year of high school.
We got married in August the 13th, 1955.
54.
Excuse me. Ginger came to pick up the absentees, and she came in the front door. And I said, who is that? To myself. She had a big chain around her neck and a ring on the end of it. And I said, who is that? Who's that? And she told me it was. I said, well, you need to give it back to him.
So you graduated in 1955. You're married. You have your first son when you were a freshman in college. But tell us about Louisiana Tech and how important that is to you, and the fact that you're a Hall of Famer. You were an outstanding football player, an elite football player for Louisiana Tech. You're now in the Hall of Fame. How much does Louisiana Tech mean to you?
Well, that's my school. I loved Louisiana Tech, but I went over there thinking I'm going to make this team, and I'm going to be the halfback that was. Anyway, the guy that was ahead of me, he didn't come back, and I'm amazed. I was all conference the first year.
Wow.
The next 2 years. But they drafted me in Los Angeles Chargers.
Wow.
And I went out there, and I really wasn't happy there. And it was a whole different animal. So I came back home and I got a job with the sheriff's office.
So in 1998, you're appointed to the school board to finish up a term, and then you run 6 times unopposed for District 7. What do you think about that?
I think that's a blessing in disguise, I guess.
Hey, you can't lose that election, can you?
Well, no. We've had some additions to the school system.
Your name is on a lot of plaques around Bossier Parish. Your
There's
name,
a lot of new schools
lot of buildings.
since you have been on the board.
Well, that's very, very pleasing to me.
Yes, sir.
To have my name somewhere that's going to be there for a while.
Well, Mr. Slack, I want to say this to you. After 25 years, a quarter of a century, you're a Hall of Famer at Bossier High School. You're a Hall of Famer at Louisiana Tech. I suspect you're going to be a Hall of Famer for the Bossier Parish School Board. And we appreciate you on behalf of all the citizens of Bossier, all the citizens, all the students, the faculty and staff of the Bossier Parish School Board. We thank you for 25 years of service where you've committed and been an upstanding and a righteous man in this community.
It's admirable of you to say that about me. I think you're talking to somebody else.
And he's humble.
And humble.
We noticed and recognized Mr. Slack for all of the things that he has done while he's been here. But from the city and the parish to the state level, we have several people wanting to commemorate this occasion and honor Mr. Slack's many years of service. Before we do that, Mr. Slack, if you don't mind, if you could join me at the podium, please, sir.
Slow.
Slow is good.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Yes, sir. You too. First, we're privileged to have with us the mayor of Bossier City, Tommy Chandler, and he has a special presentation on behalf of the city. Welcome, Mayor Chandler.
Hello to the Slack family, and hello to all of you. I want to read a proclamation about a very great man that has been very great to the city of Bossier and great to the Bossier Parish School Board, J.W. Slack. Whereas James Watkins, J.W. Slack, has dedicated the past 24 consecutive years to the Bossier Parish School Board and constituents of District 7 in Bossier City. And whereas Mr. Slack has continued to lead a storied legacy, not only as a lifelong resident and public servant of Bossier City, but also as a star athlete of Bossier High School, alum who in 1953 scored the very first touchdown in the inaugural Bossier City Lions Club Jamboree. And whereas J.W. went on to be inducted into the Louisiana Tech Athletics Hall of Fame, enjoyed a notable career in the law enforcement with the Bossier Parish Sheriff's Office, and was elected to the Bossier Parish School Board in 1998, running unopposed for all 6 terms. Now, therefore, I, Thomas H. Chandler, Mayor of the great city of Bossier City, do hereby proclaim Thursday, December 8th, 2022 as J.W. Slack Day. Wow. I have something else for him here too, and I don't give out too many because I don't want too many people coming in my office and unlocking my door. But I want to give JW a key to the city.
Thank you. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you.
God bless you. Thank you, Mayor.
So we got President's Day.
Hope Mr. Slack lets me know what that opens. News of this being your last board meeting has also reached Louisiana Governor John Bel Edwards' office, and he has sent us a statement, and at this point in time, I'd like to read it. United States of America, State of Louisiana, John Bel Edwards, Governor, official statement. In the name and by the authority of the State of Louisiana, I, John Bel Edwards, together with the citizens of this great state, do hereby give special recognition to J.W. Slack in acknowledgement of his 24 years of unyielding leadership, dedicated service with the Bossier Parish School Board and the District 7 of Bossier City. Signed by John Bell Edwards.
These people here, coming up here to help.
You know these people?
Oh, Lord. This is too much. I thought we was done with this.
Well, oh, no. We're not even at halftime yet. So we also, the board has gotten you a plaque, and I want to read it. In appreciation of J.W. Slack, on behalf of the Bossier Parish School Board, in recognition of more than 24 years serving our students, faculty, and staff. And it's got today's date on it.
Thank you.
Slack. You're going to get a chance to hang a lot of those things on your wall. You're going to get a chance to have all the memories, but right now we're going to open it up to the board to make some comments and tell you some of the memories and some of the honors they've had in serving with you. So, do any of the board members have comments for Mr. Slack? Mr. Wiggins?
Mr. Slack, we've served a long time together, and I have an ode to Mr. J.W. Slack. It goes like this. Mr. J.W. Slack, truly one of a kind, because a man with both fame and humility is awfully hard to find. He's a man of the people, truly one of us. He's a God-sent leader, a man we all trust. You see, one beautiful day in June 1998, he joined the Bossier Parish School Board and promised to keep us all straight. Mr. Slack faithfully attended our meetings, rarely if ever missing. Because like E.F. Hutton, if he speaks, people tend to listen. J.W. has been a blessed board member, just extraordinary. He also had a football career that's way beyond compare. Mr. Slack is quiet, unassuming, and avoids fanfare. But check every cotton picking football Hall of Fame, and you'll find his name written there. Bossier Parish, All-American State Conference, Los Angeles Chargers, and All-America too. J.W. would put the fear of God in Tom Brady with all the stuff he can do. But J.W. came home to Bossier, and we're happy as can be, because the difference he made in our work on this board is there for all to see. As you prepare to leave us tonight, our eyes are full of tears, because you, Mr. Slack, gave us your all during the past 25 years. As you enter this new phase of life, may you be blessed by God's only Son. May he echo what we all say, J.W. Slack, be blessed for a job well done. Thank you, Mr. Slack. Thank you, sir.
Mr. Bamberg, good luck following that.
Oh, I'm not following Mr. Wiggins. I just, I think that the one thing that I remember about Mr. Slack is sometimes we get up here and especially in executive session, we get to arguing about this or that, and this is the best way to do it, and this is the best way to do it. And there wasn't a lot of times this happened, but when Mr. Slack said, "Hi guys, this is the way it's going to be." And it resonated to everybody. The conversation, the edge came off the room. He's just such a great leader. He didn't use his voice a lot, but when he did, I was going to say the E.F. Hutton thing, but not as nicely as my friend down here, Mr. Wiggins. But man, when he spoke, it meant everything to this board. And so it's been an honor to serve with you the last 8 years.
Thank you.
Mr. Bakker.
When I was with Bossier Police, Mr. Slack and I had the opportunity to work quite often together. He was in the juvenile division, and the man has never changed He's been concerned with the well-being of the youth of Bossier City and everywhere else ever since I've known him. And tell you a real quick story told to me by a friend of both of ours. Unfortunately, when J.W.'s wife passed, he had numerous ladies at the church trying to become his friend. And my friend told me that J.W. pulled him to the side and said, would you tell these ladies I'm married? And that's what he has thought. He married in 55, and he's married to this day to the same woman. And he would never change that. But anyway, that's the kind of man he is. Thank you for your work, J.W.
Thank you.
I think when I think of a servant's heart, I think of JW. I had the opportunity to actually meet your wife before I met you because she was my bus driver when I moved here when I was 10 years old. And thinking about this time of the year, I always think about her because she dressed up for every holiday. And so she was the first person I saw when I got on the bus, and she was always so happy. And seeing how y'all raised your children and their service to just Bossier Parish schools and Bossier Parish as a whole, Mr. Slack, it's been a great honor to serve with you, and we appreciate it. And I don't know who's going to dismiss us. I hope we don't have to stay here every night. So, but I love you and I appreciate you, and thank you for mentoring me when I first got on this board 17 years ago, and it has truly been an honor.
Mr. Slack, I'm going to,
Mr. Dean?
it's been an honor for the last, I guess, 2 terms. Yeah, 2 full terms, 8 years. But I'll say this little break from everybody else. I'm going to miss our football talks. We used to talk a lot of football here over the last 8 years. And I had the good fortune of taking my son or being with my son on a visit to Tech right when the season, for their season opener at home. And we found your name on that wall of fame over there. And I told him exactly, reminded him who you were, and it's something to have someone of your stature in our community do all the things you have done and still give back to the community the way you have. And you're a fine gentleman, and we can only hope to be as good as you one day. So thank you for everything.
I just want to thank Mr. Slack for his leadership and also his friendship. We're actually, I'm from Ivan, Louisiana, and Mr. Slack kind of started out in that area himself. And I know quite a bit of his family, and they're all fantastic people. And he's raised a great family. And we made a couple conventions together to Baton Rouge, and I enjoyed the ride down, and he kept me straight while I was there, even though I tried to
Find those women that were trying to be daily.
I appreciate everything he's done, and great man, and I thank you, Mr. Slack, for your leadership.
Mr. J.W., you and I have talked, and what needs to be said has been said, but gonna miss you. I really am. You're a good friend. I wish you the best.
Mr. Slack, it's been an honor serving with you. You are a man of few words, but I have appreciated the ride. You dismiss us when it's time to be dismissed, but you're always very professional, very honorable, and I appreciate that. We'll miss you.
Really quickly, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Awesome. Well, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Mr. Slack, everyone on the board has given you their thoughts. I've known you for a long time. I've known your family for a long time. I was coached by Dwayne at Green Acres. And so when I came onto this board, the fact that you were in the Hall of Fame of Bossier and the Hall of Fame of my alma mater, Louisiana Tech, was just so impressive. But what I will always remember about you is all the accolades, from star athlete to leader in our community to school board member. You always gave the glory to God. And as a young man that's coming up, I just wanted you to know what an inspiration that is. And I miss you so much on this board, if nothing else than to harass me every time Louisiana Tech loses. But thank you so much for your leadership. Thank you so much for your service. And we hope you just have the best retirement of all time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Have we introduced my family?
No, sir, you go right ahead.
Well, I do have most of them here. Jay is my youngest. He's getting off of work and coming over here. And but this week has been a special week to him and his family. He has a grandson that was born Monday? Tuesday?
December 6th.
Okay, December the 6th. A beautiful, beautiful baby. I can't tell y'all how pretty he is. He is. We'll show him a picture of him. But anyway, I don't want to bore y'all, and I'm certainly not going to do that. I'm going to sit up here and do whatever I can to thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, board. These people that I've worked with on the board, I consider all of them my friends, and I hopefully feel the same way, that they feel the same way about me. And Doug Rogers, he's a longtime friend, and does our insurance. Jason Rowland, every time after the Hall of Fame event, every time I'd come in the door, say what would you say?
There's the Hall of Fame.
Hall of Fame. But I think I'm overrated as a Hall of Fame. But I appreciate everybody that has come tonight, and maybe on my behalf, I don't know. But I appreciate it so much. I don't have the words to really explain how much I appreciate it. And it's been going on for about, 2 or 3 months? Tonight, and I'm certainly appreciative of the audience, whomever you are. And my successor to the board, and I have a problem saying your name. What? Creighton. I can't think of that. Creighton Cochran, who is a family Cochrans that I was friends with forever. And they're good people, and he's going to be an excellent board member. And the mayor, thank you for your kind words, and everybody that's had a part in this tonight. I think that each one of you, and I wish I could convey a little better than that, but I guess this is a moment to remember, and I will remember it the rest of my days. May not be too long, In fact, I'm having problems with my health, and it's not too easy to hide that I am having problems. But anyway, I got an excellent family. They're all supportive of me, and I hope I've been as supportive to them. And I pray for this board meeting, board members, and for this board to continue to be what? The best board in the state. Thank everybody. I'm sitting up here talking, and I don't even know what I'm saying, but believe me, I'm humbled by this, and I can't say enough about the Bossier Parish school system. And I continue to praise them as long as I'm here. Thank you all for coming. God bless each one of you.
We are. You did great.
You can tell the type of family he raised. Your son Dwayne said put his butt back to work, so that's what we're going to do. Agenda item 2.04, recognition BPS Good News, presented by Sonia Bales. Merry Christmas, Ms. Bales.
Merry Christmas, President Bass, Superintendent Downey, our board members, everyone here this evening. That is a very difficult act to follow. And I too will miss you very much, Mr. Slack. You have been a tremendous advocate for Bossier Schools, and we appreciate your service, but even more importantly, your friendship and your guidance. The only way we can follow up with that is to tell you more good news, because we do have more good news to celebrate at this last meeting of 2022, from athletes who perform at the top of their game to life-saving heroes and to shining stars among us. But first, a huge thank you to our board members and our school family that showed up this past Saturday to ring the bell, to man those iconic red kettles during last Saturday's Red Kettle Challenge. We had a blast. It was an incredible day of fun. This was the 9th year for our friendly competition between Bossier Schools and Caddo Schools, all in the spirit, of course, of giving and helping the Salvation Army assist our neighbors in need. So I just want to take you back for a quick look at this year's Red Kettle Challenge. Rock. In fact, the Salvation Army's busy team of elves is still counting all of the money that was collected this past Saturday. So we don't know yet if Bossier Schools came out the winner of the Red Kettle Challenge this year or if Caddo was able to hold on to the bragging rights. But I can tell you this afternoon, they had already reached the $16,500 mark between the two school districts. That is huge, I just want to say. So one thing that we know for sure is our community was so very generous. And of course, we were able to experience the reason for the season. It was evident out there on Saturday. So thank you so much again to everyone for participating, for giving. And yes, Bossier Schools rocks. I hope to be able to let you know tomorrow or the beginning of next week that we won the Red Kettle Challenge. So now let's move on to some recognitions. We want to celebrate a local golfing celebrity. Hudson Green, are you here this evening? Hudson was not able to make it after all. I just want to tell you briefly about Hudson. Hudson is a 7th grader at Cope Middle School who knows his way on the green, and he could probably smoke anybody at Top Golf, just saying. That's because Hudson is the Louisiana Golf Association Junior Player of the Year for 2022. He competed in the boys 11 to 13-year-old category in the state tournament held in Lafayette and edged out his two most fierce competitors, winning the season. So we want to congratulate Hudson Green, the Louisiana Golf Association Junior Player of the Year for 2022. Let's give him still a round of applause. Watch this on our YouTube channel. So let's turn the spotlight now on Lanicia Dykes, who is a 5th grader at Bossier Elementary who did something pretty heroic. Lanicia, would you please join me? Another student was going to the office at Bossier Elementary to get her asthma pump, and she collapsed. Well, thankfully, Lanicia here was on the scene. She was there and she jumped into action. She quickly called for help, and then she comforted her friend until first responders could arrive. She was then able to tell them exactly what happened, which aided them in their assessment and the emergency care that they were able to give to her friend. So first of all, we just want to commend you for your heroic actions, jumping in like you did, and we think that that warrants a special award. So we want to bestow the Award of Excellence on you, which exemplifies passion, perseverance, and pride. This is sponsored by Coldwell Banker Gosley and given on behalf of Bossier Schools. Congratulations, and thank you so very much, because your classmate has you to thank for your quick response and keeping her calm until help could arrive. Congratulations, and thank you. Let's give her a big round of applause. Did I say your name right? And she's got your picture. Thank you so much for being here. Well, after teaching for the past 10 years at T.L. Rhodes Elementary, first grade teacher Leslie Raley is still exactly where she wants to be. And if you ask anybody who works with her, she is the epitome of a team player. She is a classroom rock star, even though she will not call herself that, but others do. And she is a difference maker who is passionate about instilling the love for reading in her young students. Her colleagues say Miss Raley pours her heart into her grade level, always making sure they have everything they need. And she's always willing to share any new techniques or resources she finds to reach her students so the entire team can benefit from them. Principal Stephanie Cockrell was impressed by Leslie Raley before they even met. You see, the summer before she was principal at T.L. Rhodes, Ms. Cockrell learned of Mrs. Raley's passion for foundational reading, and the two of them began exchanging emails and sharing articles and new books about the science of reading. Ms. Cockrell said, "I knew she was my people before we even met." That's the kind of impact that Leslie Raley has, stopping at nothing until not only her students develop a love for literacy, but all students that come through T.L. Rhodes leave as avid readers. And it's why Leslie Raley received glowing nominations from her colleagues at T.L. Rhodes to be named Bossier School's Gold Star winner for the month of November. Would you please help me congratulate and welcome Leslie Raley to the podium? Bossier Federal Credit Union, Jill Valentine and Emma Fife to come forward. And Emma is going to present her with a special recognition.
Raley's nomination spoke about her willingness to continue always learning new ways to help her students, but on top of that, just expressed how much she was willing to share that with her colleagues as well. And is that not just the foundation of everything we're doing in this process? We read so many beautiful nominations on your behalf from your coworkers, and it was just lovely to get to read that. So on behalf of Bossier Federal Credit Union, congratulations on being our November 2022 Gold Star Award winner.
Thank you. And don't go far, because it's also our honor to bestow the Award of Excellence Medallion on you as well from Bossier Schools, Caldwell Banker Gosley. Again, exemplifying, you truly exemplify passion for literacy, for foundational reading, for your perseverance and the pride in what you do. She has wanted to be a teacher ever since she was little, she said, and would play school at home, and was even in the Bossier Youth Leadership Program for all of our students who were here. She remembers the education segment when she went to Meadowview Elementary, and you got an award that day for showing the most patience while being around the students. So we knew she was destined to be a teacher. Congratulations, Leslie Raley, our November Gold Star. Congratulations. Thank you. Our December Gold Star recipient, Trevisa Foster, probably had no clue what she was getting into when she started working on the custodial staff at Bossier Parish School for Technology and Innovative Learning. But she has come to expect the unexpected, and she loves every minute of it. One example, she says, is the day that a goat unexpectedly wandered into Bipstill, and the owner could not be found. These things happen, people. Goats do wander into schools. Mr. Visa, as she called it, Bipstill, said, "I loved watching the students react to the goat trapped in the foyer. Our ag science clean up after the goat while they found a home for it. I had never cleaned up after animals before working here." All in a day's work, right? Mr. Visa has also taken the 8th graders at Bipstill Academy under her wing, and she even helped supervise one of the students' agricultural experience by teaching him housekeeping skills that he can use in a future workplace. And he said that Miss Trevisa is the nicest person that he knows. She is a difference maker. She was also instrumental in a landscaping project in front of the school that 2 students did, and she helped them get the materials needed for the project and then helped clean up the construction, and she does all of this with a smile. Her cheerleaders at BIP still are many, the entire faculty and students for that matter. They all nominated her, and we are so proud to present her as our December Gold Star winner, Ms. Trevisa Foster. Would you please come forward? Our partners again at Bossier Federal have another presentation for you, Ms. Emma.
We read through Ms. Trevisa's nominations. We felt like she exemplified a few very clear things. It's that every single member of the Bossier Schools team makes a deep impact on the students in our community, but also that this is what it looks like when you put love and kindness into everything that you do. Your nominations were so moving, and again, congratulations on being our December 2022 Gold Star Award winner.
And we also have an award of excellence for you, again, for the passion, the pride, the perseverance that you exemplify every day. We are so glad that you found Bossier. She didn't go through schools in Bossier Parish, but she got here as quickly as she could. And I tell you what, the students love her. That was obvious the day that we awarded her the Gold Star, because they crowded around her, cheering her on, and then what does she do? She gives her cake away to them. So, you know, she got even extra bonus points from them. Congratulations to you, Ms. Trevisa Foster, our December Gold Star recipient. Congratulations. Congratulations again to our November and our December Gold Stars, Leslie Rayleigh, Trevisa Foster. And that concludes my report. Merry Christmas to everybody.
All right, if you'd like to step out now that the recognition is over, if that's what you came for, we'll give you a few minutes to do that. Item 3.01, request permission to issue solicitations for the 2023-2024 school year for the Child Nutrition Purchasing Commodity Cooperative, processing of USDA food items, presented by Nisha Bamberg.
Good evening, President Bass, Superintendent Downey, members of the board. Thank you for letting me come tonight. We are asking permission to issue the solicitations for the 22-23 co-op. This might be a little bit new for a few of you. I'm not sure if everyone's aware. We are part of a co-op with 6 other parishes for the purchasing of the items for the child nutrition program, and so we are asking permission for that tonight.
So moved.
Motion by Ms. Darby.
Second.
Second by Mr. Bertrand. Please cast your votes. Carries. Thank you, Ms. Bamberg.
Thank you.
Item 3.02 is changed from the agenda. Item 3.02 is now report insurance committee meeting held December 8th, 2022, presented by Robert Bertrand, committee chairperson. Mr. Bertrand.
Thank you, Mr. President. Earlier today at 4:30, the Bossier Parish School Board Insurance Committee meeting was held. All of the committee members were present at today's meeting. Number one was the discussion of health and dental insurance plans presented by Ms. Nisha Bamberg. She presented a proposal on health insurance premiums. Secondly, the committee requested to enter into executive session to discuss strategy and negotiations relative to the school board's pending insurance claim demand involving RSUI Group. And last, there was a motion. The committee recommends that Bossier Parish School Board accept the advice of council on both of these items. That was voted unanimously out of committee. That concludes my report.
This is out of committee. Please cast your vote. Thank you, Mr. Bertrand. 3.06, the authorization to settle the property damage claim with Scott Construction Company per the advice of our attorneys.
Just note this one was added, so we need to ask for public comment again.
Okay, this was added. Do we have any public comment on this item? Thank you, Mr. Sell, for keeping us in line.
Hearing none, Mr. President, I'll make the motion that we accept
All right.
council's recommendation and move accordingly.
Thank you. Motion by Mr. Bullard, a second by Mr. Wiggins. Please cast your vote. Okay, motion carries. This was added also, so we will open this for public comment. Item 3.07, authorization of Superintendent Downey to sign the representation agreement with France Law Group regarding class action against Jewel. Now I'd like to open it for public comment. All right, seeing there's no public comment, I'll entertain a motion.
So moved, Mr. President.
Motion by Mr. Wiggins.
Second.
Second by Ms. Smith. Please cast your vote. Motion carries. All right, moving to item 3.08, request approval of trip requests.
These are in order.
All right. Motion by Mr. Bamberg,
Second.
second by Ms. Smith. Please cast your vote. Motion carries. Item 4.01, announcements and superintendent comments.
Thank you, President Bass. We have two board members here tonight that will not be serving after this meeting. One's J.W. Slack, that we just honored and recognized him and his family and his service. We also have Mr. Dennis Bamberg. This will be his last meeting. I just want to take the opportunity to thank him for his service, 8 years, a past president, been highly involved in what's been going on in the district and the school system for the last 8 years. Thank you for your service. Thank you for your commitment to Bossier Parish, and wish you the best of luck in the future. So thank you. Comment?
I'll comment. It's the last meeting, so. Man, it's what the honor has been mine. Serve with this board. You don't, it's not Democrat, it's not Republican, it's not independent. It's truly working with 11 friends, along with the administrative team, but it's 11 friends that want to do the best thing they can for this parish at all times. We disagree on things, and that's going to happen, but the one thing that is on this board is everybody has a heart for children of this parish, and it shows. And so I'm going to miss you guys. I think Eric said he had to bolt out of here, but Eric will do a great job replacing me, and I figured we're going to start going to dinner on Thursday nights, babe. Okay, and I'll miss you guys, and it was an honor to serve with you.
Thank you.
Does anyone else want to take a shot, or say something as he goes out to Mr. Bamberg?
I'll save mine for private comment.
Okay. All right. Ms. Darby.
Mr. Bamberg, it has been an honor serving with you as well. And as he said, we agree to disagree. He's always been respectful, and I wish you well in your new endeavors.
Thank you. Mr. Brockhouse.
Dennis, enjoyed it very much. My son really admires you for working with you. And seems like we're losing all our athletes. I'm not sure if anybody is aware that Dennis is in the record book for high school football. Is that what it's in?
37 touchdowns in one game.
Ran 3 kickoffs back for touchdown.
That's right.
And from what I understand, there's only been done twice. Now tell me if I'm wrong, but this is what I've heard is You're one of them. The other one is the famous baseball player Roger Maris. And from what I understand, they're the only two that's ever done that. So anyway, just thought I'd bring that out there. You saw it?
Person.
You saw it?
I did.
Well,
I saw it too, and he wouldn't have ran 3 back against me because I wouldn't have kicked it to him after the first time.
but anyway, thank you for your service, Dennis. I've enjoyed it tremendously.
I'd just like to say I appreciate you being on the board, and I've enjoyed serving with you, and I wish you the very best in your future. I know you're going to do a great job at your next endeavor.
Mr. Van Berg knows I like him so much, I'm going to stay closely in touch. And without a doubt, what he's pursuing now, I'm going to help you out.
Well, I am going to chime in just a little bit. I know probably 9-10 years ago, we were sitting around and, it's one of those things, Dennis and Shane Cheatham and myself, we're sitting there and we're kind of like-minded. If that scares some of y'all, it should. But you're sitting there and you're talking about how things could be better and should be better and things like that. And then the three of us just kind of, started the idea of, well, what can we do to make things better? Instead of them, they should be better and could be better, what can we do to make them better? And the three of us set out with a mission to not only make South Bossier better, but to make the entire parish of Bossier better. And I think if you look back over the last 8 years, the three of us, counting Mr. Cheatham before he departed, you can see that that's where our hearts are and will continue to be, because Dennis is going on to do other things within the same serving the public, and Shane has done the same thing as well. And I'll still be here for another term, but thank you, Dennis, through the years. I know we've had a lot of conversations. Ms. Darby, the agree to disagree, when you're throwing chips at each other, when you're sitting at the table trying to talk things through. I enjoyed the friendship, enjoyed the time, and best of luck to you. And thank you for all you've done.
I just want to say thank you for kind of helping me navigate through the waters as I began this journey of serving the students of Bossier Parish. So thank you for putting up with me. Thank you for advice and helping me. But most of all, I just want to thank you for being you. Thanks.
Mr. Bamberger, there's a few things about you that I'll never forget. One, you were the only vote against me as president. And I appreciate that. I think that was one of your better votes.
He drew the short straw.
Yeah, absolutely. Second is how you've gone about a leadership role and kept your humility, kept your focus on God and what it needed to be to do the job. And I am going to miss you. I appreciate your friendship and your leadership. And as you go on, remember, serving in the state, we may need some help with public education, so keep your phone on you. But we appreciate everything you've done during your time on this board. So Mr. Downey has got me on the clock over here. I'm at 50 seconds, so I think I've reached my maximum. So.
Well, Mr. Bamberg, like everybody said, we know you're not through serving. We wish you well. Thank you for what you've done here and look forward to seeing what you'll do in the future, being a servant leader. Bossier schools and centers will be closed beginning December 21st for Christmas break. Employees return to work January 6th. Students return January 9th. Next regular session of the Bossier Parish School Board is January 19th at 6 p.m. here at the BIC. Passing of the gavel reception will be held at 5 p.m. before the January 19th meeting here at the BIC in the library. So please plan on that. That concludes my announcements.
Thank you very much. And one of the most memorable times we will ever do this, item 5.01, adjournment of the regular session of the board.
Motion to adjourn.
Mr. Slack with a motion to adjourn, second by Mr. Bullard. Thank you, everybody, for coming, and Merry Christmas.